Hey guys, it's Chris Prefontaine. Welcome to another Deal Structure Sunday. And we are fortunate enough to have one of our High Six associates again. I think it's great for you guys to see, meet, and understand what kind of deals they're doing. So Link Ervin from North Carolina, but what town?
Just outside of Charlotte.
Just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's funny, Link, I think you'll agree with this. I just was talking to someone else, one of our High Six actually, and it's always either from a student or from a associate. People think their market's different, but these deals all get done in the different markets. So
That's exactly right.
Same old
That's
stuff.
exactly right.
So, Link, you've been at this, just remind me, how long?
Coming up on 2 years.
Okay. And you are in the last 6 months or so did more business, I think, than the first year and a half.
Correct. That's exactly right. Actually, I don't have as many sold right now, but I've actually this year in 2019 have exceeded my take-ins for last year.
There you go. So we're at April 17th as of this filming, not to date it, but that's where we are. And so you had 3.5 months. That's pretty good. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
real good. I mean, we just hung out at the High Six Mastermind. And by the way, before we get into deal structure, I always like to add a little bit for these guys to know deeper what we do. Quick comment on deals on High Six Mastermind, because you were there and you participated a lot and helped a lot of the peeps. So thoughts on that? Just quickie.
Just like I said when we were up there, I signed up with you guys because the family business. I mean, I grew up in a family business. My family had 11 stores, like Rose's stores. I don't know if anybody knows Rose's or Murphy's or like the little dime stores, up to 11 of them at one time in Southern West Virginia in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Finally closed the last one in 2004. I mean, so I grew up, lived and breathed family business. And so, the reason I chose you guys was absolutely because it's a family atmosphere, and it truly is a family atmosphere. So, the first thing I want to comment is that, in our group of High Six, it's very much a family atmosphere, and it's nice that it's so transparent, and it's nice when it turns out to be what you think it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's just being honest. I mean, it turned out to be exactly what I thought it was going to be. I mean, you guys are exactly who you show you are, and that's really awesome. So the High Six this year was really awesome because it helped me like refocus on some of the things that I've been busy, and so I've put some things on the back burner that I shouldn't have put on the back burner, and it helped me to hear other people doing the same thing, and we recommitted and have a better plan now to move forward this year. So I mean, I can't say enough good things about the High Six, being
Cool.
part of the High Six group, but also the High Six Mastermind when we get together.
Yeah, and we felt the same way, just so the listeners know, and I mean, we left there going, that was cool. I mean, we have a unique, what we're now calling the Wicked Smart community. It's very unique in the High Six. So, all right, let's dive in. These guys want deal structure. So I said to you before this, I said, I don't know what you're going to talk about, but I'll ask questions and we'll go through it. So what deal are we going to talk about?
Okay, well, the first deal I've got is going to be one of my smaller deals. It was actually a for sale by owner that I reached out to. I paid a little too much for the house. The guy was in a bind. It was more one of those deals. I thought, well, I'm gonna take a shot at this deal. If I get it, great. If I don't, great. He's actually doing a refinance so he can get some equity out to buy his next property. This is a house he owned with his ex-wife. He's got a new wife and a new baby, and so he's ready to move. So if we could commit, he was ready. So
the motivation,
really nice. It's nice to help him.
Right?
I'm sorry.
The motivation's clearly right, and you helped him see how he can do a lease. Is this a lease? This is a lease purchase, right?
Yes, sir. It is.
That he can get cash out, and you can accomplish what you want. So good, win-win so far.
Exactly. Everybody wins, and he can take a little of it off his brain and not have to worry about it, and not his wife going, well, I don't really want to live in this other woman's house, and you know how that is.
Yep.
So I paid a little too much. I paid $260 for the house. It'd probably been a much better buy at $250, but I paid $260 for the house. I'm going to sell it for $299. It's going to easily appraise for that once it's been renovated at all. It was built in 1967, and it looks like it was built in 1967.
Now, here's a point for these listeners to know, because I just know what questions we get, right? So
Sure.
you said it looks like it was built then. How much rehab and upkeep and rugs and all that are you going to do before you put it into the lease purchase market, rent-own market?
I'm going to spend $0 on that.
Yeah, I just want them to hear that, because that, you know, as long as it's habitable, I always say, and of course there's exceptions, but okay, good. Go ahead with the numbers.
Well, so far I've spent $0 and I intend to spend $0. So,
That's a good plan.
I'm going to sell it for $299, which will make my payday one. I put the payday one out at $30,000, so that'll be payday one. His payments are a little bit high on it. I think he's refinanced and taken out some cash along the way. His payments are a little bit high, so I'm not going to be able to get much spread, but I anticipate being able to get roughly $200 a month spread. I've got a 36-month term, so that'll give me a $7,200 payday too.
Now, go ahead.
And then I've got principal pay down of $345.
Good.
Which is $12,420 plus the other $9,000. It's going to end up being a $58,620 deal. All in, all done.
$58,620 with all 3 paydays.
Yes.
Let me just do this so that when we whiteboard it or put the graphics up for these guys that follow it better, you and I do it in our sleep, but I want to make sure they can follow it. Sure. So payday one is you're just anticipating around 30 because that's 10%-ish.
Yep.
Okay, good. Payday two, $200 a month. I got that. That's easy. That's the
36-month term, $7,200.
Difference between for them to hear a difference between the mortgage you're paying and what you're getting from your rent-to-own buyer. And then the principal pay down and the principal pay down is $345 a month, but I want them to catch what you said. I caught it. You got 30 down. You marked the house up 39, so there's another $9,000 coming on the back end. That's what Link just alluded to.
So yeah, principal pay down's $345. That times 36 months. That's going to be $12,420, and then the other $9,000. The difference between $299 and $260 is the $30,000. So that's the additional $9,000, totaling $58,620. And it's honestly, it's way on the low side for me. It's about, $14,000 low for my averages right now.
Yeah, good for them to hear. So I always say this, Link, and I haven't seen an exception yet. The whole team of associates, not just High Six, and us, runs from a low of 45 to a high of 110. And I think we're going to bring that 45 up as you learn who that is out in Arizona. We're going to bring that baby up. But right now it's 45 to 110. And this deal falls right in there. And even though it's the smaller one for you. So any nuance or anything, any lessons these guys can take from this one?
Not particularly. Just engage the sellers, figure out what's going on, find out what their motivations are, see what they're trying to accomplish. He's actually trying to move family from Guyana, and he needed some freedom for a while, and then he's going to need some extra money. And so he really needed all the equity he could get on this deal. So, it made sense for him. He's not in a rush to it, but he needed all of it. So
there you go.
It's gonna work out really well for him. I get to help him. So it's a good feeling, and it's a good deal. It's not a spectacular deal, but it's a good deal.
Yeah, and you said
I'm perfectly happy with.
You said something that for these guys to know. You just gave them the script. You want all your money, and you can wait for it. Great, you're a great candidate. That's kind of the script,
right? And that's pretty much the way our conversation went.
Now, you said at the beginning, just so these guys know too, you might have paid too much. What you meant is when you started at 260, you basically said, I'm going to lock in. Is he getting any equity out of this? I forgot to ask you that.
Yes, he's getting 23,000 equity.
Okay, so he owes roughly 230 and change, 237. Yep. Okay.
237.
Good. So important for them to know, tie this all together. So Link agreed on 260. But that means what? That means he's giving him the difference between the 237 and the 260 at the end. That's what that means. And then he's going to pay off the mortgage, which isn't 237 anymore. It's $345 going off of that every single month, just so everybody understands that, because we pick up on that. And so is it out of the question that Link could maybe go back for a payday 4 and extend the term? Is it out of the question that you could maybe convert this to a subject 2? All these things are things we talk about at the mastermind, but I just wanted to get their wheels turning.
No, that's absolutely right. And with his situation, once he moves on and gets into this next house and moves into the next stage of his life, he's going to be a lot more open to whatever. I've had a lot of cash buyers trying to talk about the house, but at the moment, there's no rush to do anything like that. So unless that's going to be really profitable for the seller and myself, we're kind of back burnering that at the moment.
Yeah, love it. Love it. I have one more. I have two more comments. One is, and then we'll wrap up. One is, you said it was a good feeling. I couldn't agree more, and I have to make sure that everyone understands that, because unlike a lot of educators, our team and us, you guys, everyone, we're in this to properly set up the buyer, ideally to cash out. If they mess their stuff up, or if they have a life event, okay, it happens to people. But the fact is, we're trying to cash these things out. Yesterday, Link, we closed on the deal that I showed you guys, one of the settlement statements on at the mastermind, and we got, I don't know, 41 grand as the wire for pay, almost 42 for the payday 3. Well, that was a house that we bought subject to for I think it was no, it's like 95 grand. The guy just left and said, just take it. I'm going with my grandson. Well, a $92,000 deal, we got a payday 3. Forget the other ones of 42. And the buyers tickle pink. It took about 3 years.
That's exactly right. And that's the thing is, if we will engage and create a relationship instead of just trying to convince them that it's the best idea, or we're going to find ways that we're going to help both buyers and sellers.
Correct. And then it's a healthy relationship. It can't and shouldn't go sour unless.
And then when something needs to happen, you can go back and say, hey, look, we talked about this. I know that that's important to you. But if you don't know all of that information, it's just a number, and that's not going to be necessarily a great relationship.
Right.
It could be, but not necessarily.
I agree. And the last thing I wanted to say, for everybody to know, I hope you're good with it, is you're about to become certified coach with us in 3 weeks when you visit. So really cool for those guys to know that people like you and Mike and Bill in the high six are actually coaching them eventually if they want to meet you. Because some people are going to say, right, oh, I can relate to Link, or hey, I can relate to Bill. I had someone say, he's from New York. He's like, I want that guy, Bill, from New York. Everybody's different. Yeah. So it gives them different personalities. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
Thanks for being on, Link, for another Deal Structure Sunday. For those of you guys watching, if you have not subscribed yet to the YouTube channel or wherever you're watching this, make sure you do. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, we've got a plethora of people on there that just kind of spill the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the great life lessons and real estate lessons. So go to smartrealestatecoachpodcast.com. Make sure you subscribe to that. Link, have a great one, buddy, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much.